The idea of education is to unsettle the minds of the young. Give them a boost up the ladder of knowledge and prepare the young to educate themselves throughout their lives. Years fly so fast. When one starts school right from pre-primary to university, then comes graduation. One feels so relieved after school, but shock awaits them in the real world. Job searching becomes the hardest task of all. People idling, brown envelopes, job tarmacking shows its face. What you thought is the beginning of a new life turns to be a big hustle. In 2006, unemployment increased from 6.7% in 1978 to 25.1% in 1999. But later eased up to 12.7% in 2006. This issue has led to social problems such as crime, drug abuse, vandalism, and general alienation in the vicious circle of poverty.
Youth comprise the strength, wealth, and drivers of innovation in Kenya. But as we speak, 70% of employed people in Kenya, of unemployed people in Kenya, are youth.
The Uwezo Fund genesis starts back when President Uhuru Kenyatta pledged to allocate 6 billion to the youth and women with a promise that if election will be concluded in the first round, the money which was meant for the runoff will be given to the youth.
Imetengwa ya kwenda round 2 karibu bilioni 6. Si mnajua ni karibu bilioni 6? Sisi wana Jubilee tuko na mpango wa kuhakikisha ya kwamba tuko na hundi ya pesa ambayo tutaweka kwa vijana wetu ya kuwasaidia na kuwapatia mikopo ndio waweze kuanzisha biashara zao ndogo ndogo.
Due to the high rate of unemployment, the government came up with the Uwezo Fund, which will enable the youth and the women to operate business without the pressure of repaying the money. The president kept his promise, which led to the launching of the Uwezo Fund.
Congratulations, Mr. President. The Uwezo Fund is now active.
Today, we launch the fund that will bring on board and mainstream the contribution of the sufferers and the hustlers.
I want you all to know that we will keep our promise in full. We will not allow any obstacle to be an excuse to neglect our youth at their hour of need, at the point when they can perform wonders for this country. Where there is no way, believe you me, we shall make a way.
The fund, which was meant to benefit the youth and the women, aims to enhance economic growth and generate self-employment by empowering the youth and the women in their businesses.
75% of the money that's going to be disbursed will go equally to the counties. 25% will be distributed according to the poverty index, just like we do for CDF, just so that to make sure that the more poorer constituencies have a little bit more than the constituencies that are well off. And then we have 10% that is going to be spent on capacity building and technical assistance, because we do not want to give the money without training. So in every constituency, the groups that are identified, the individuals, will go through a training program. A good portion of it also will be in grants. So the money is going to be a combination of grants and credit. And in the overall, we hope to have about 40% going to grants and 60% to credit.
If you are a youth who wants to access the Uwezo Fund, you can do so by Sign up for the capacity building program, bearing in mind that you should be between the ages of 18 to 35. Fill an application form which you can find from the Uwezo website, which is www.uwezo.com. Submit the form to your nearest CDF. Now all you have to do is wait for a notification from the Uwezo Fund Management Committee. You qualify for the fund if you are registered with the Department of Social Services with a membership of 9 to 15 members. Preferences will be granted to a group that has been in existence for at least 6 months. Photocopy of members' IDs will also be required, as well as a recommendation from the good area chief. Youth empowerment is one of the main pillars of the Vision 2030. The government has ever since paid a lot of attention on the youth agenda, which has led to the development of youth empowering programs such as the Uwezo Fund. Well, now you know on ways to access the Uwezo Fund. Join me next time as I give you much more. Michelle Wanjiko, Youth TV.